I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one.
On a beautiful late summer afternoon for football, we welcome you to Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense.
And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
On for the point after.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the Texans' 35-yard line.
Easy. 77. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Washington's got it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books. But now they have to make that up again, don't they?
That is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Texans first down.
On first down, Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Micah Fitzpatrick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Boswell for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Steelers 21.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And this is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And
now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Micah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Minka Fitzpatrick, thinking back to last year, had a pick six for the Steelers shortly after coming over from Miami, and he steps up with another one here. And his kick is right through.
Steelers 28.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, I'm coming.
Here's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Texans football to start quarter two as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the screen.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The Texans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And that's complete to Cooks. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10 is countered. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Zach Cunningham, the leading tackler in the AFC in 2019, is there defensively. 2nd down and 8. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Made by Whitney Merciless.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Strip the ball. Strip the ball.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
J.J. Watt on the tackle. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Check. 41 Mike.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards the gain there. First down, Pittsburgh. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
And he's got some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
51 for Mike, boy, 51. Coming to you.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
And 9 at the 22-yard.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Boswell's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get through.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
4, and it's 3rd down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
It's a gain of 3.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's Stills bringing it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On the catch and run.
20.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Gain on the play.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield.
And now here is another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A gain of 7 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And my goodness, another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger and hitting Juju on the slant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Down at the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's tackled at the 40.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Texans will take over at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And now here is another interception. The safety Terrell Edmonds picks it, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
What, CD, this defense, man. At this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Roethlisberger hands to
just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and
so the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, well, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
4 brings up 3rd and 3.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Steelers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Houston, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.